Returns, so technically the lessons learned from Metroid Prime were directly applied. So yeah, they used the engine to make Donkey Kong Country Returns. And I'm just like, I mean, it's not just like two different looking games. It's two vastly different games and how they're played and how they work mechanically. And I'm just like, what? And how they even work level-wise? These are two vastly different games. And yet they both run on the same engine. That just blows my mind a bit. And again, it's probably just me. And I'm also thinking it's kind of cool too.
Like I said, I could kind of see it being possible.
Yeah.
Practical, no, but possible, yeah.
Yeah.
You would not think, especially two different consoles, that they would do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Although they did update Metroid Prime to the Wii, I don't know how updated it is graphically, but they did update it for the Metroid Prime trilogy that got released on the Wii. I believe that was Retro Studios that did that.
Was it a re-release, or?
Yeah, it was a re-release.
So then they probably redid the engine.
Yeah, because it incorporated motion controls. So it was
So maybe this isn't the same engine as the first. Maybe it's just the same engine as the rework.
Who knows?
If that's the case, then that's not going to be as... I don't know. It's still kind of a little odd with the different types, but it wouldn't be as outrageous as two different consoles.
True. I did get to find out some cool details about Metroid Prime's making. I found out that a puzzle in Metroid Prime 1, there's an algorithm to create the puzzle. And one of the speedrunners managed to figure out that algorithm and create a system in order to identify what puzzle it is based off of a placement of like 3 walls.
Jeez.
Yeah. All he has to do is input like I think like the positions of like 3, like I don't remember how exactly it was, but he can look at the puzzle, see the positions, some of the layout of it, and put it into the program he has, and he's immediately able to figure out the puzzle.
Because it's running the exact same algorithm they are.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Down to how many puzzles are there in there. Because one of the guys from Retro Studios asked how many puzzles they figured out, and it was nearly the exact same number that is in the algorithm.
Jeez.
Speedrunners for you guys. Speedrunners for y'all. Create a bunch of folks. Like, this is all just so we can beat the game faster.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I bet he was getting calls from them wanting him to work for them.
Yeah.
Be able to figure that out without cracking into the game?
He might have been able to crack into the game. I don't know. I don't know how he was able to develop it. All I know is this was something he came up with.
Well, the reason why I said without cracking into the game is because if he could crack into the game, he could have had the exact algorithm.
Sure.
And been able to tell how many different ways that puzzle could be done.
Yeah. Alright. Anything to say before we move on?
Nope.
Alright, moving on to another video game project. This one, I don't think I've ever heard about anything about this movie till now. Apparently there was going to be a Bioshock movie, and it's canceled. It's the first time I've heard about this, so okay. And we got some concept art from this. Well, that's one of them. I think we have to go to a different website to pick up the rest. This is courtesy of concept artist Jim Martin, who's moved all of this concept art to his personal website. It depicts some memorable moments from the original game, so spoilers ahead? I'm not sure because I don't know what all entails of the story of Bioshock. Except for the twist at the end, I believe.
Spoiler image up.
According to Martin's IMDb page, he's known for his work on Matrix Reloaded, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, and Captain America the First Avenger. I think one of those three movies have been received well. And it was the Marvel one. I don't think Reloaded went over well, like recently, like now. And Pirates has not been the best of, has not had the best of reception. Especially at World's End. Anyway, 2008, having completed his work on the Pirates of the Caribbean film trilogy, director Gore Verbinski signed on to make the Bioshock movie. Verbinski dropped out from the project a year later after he was unable to agree with Universal on the budget and rating he was looking for. According to Rational Games creative director Ken Levine, Verbinski was looking around $200 million for an R-rated film, while the studio was willing to invest $80 million in a PG-13 take on the material, partially because of the poor performance of The Watchmen in theaters. I don't know. I saw The Watchmen and I'm on the Watchmen movie. Granted, I'd never read the original novel, well, graphic novel, but Watchmen was, and that's supposed to be very faithfully keeping with the novel itself. So, I think even if I had read the novel, I probably wouldn't have been that into it, even though that is the comic book graphic novel. Like, it's one of those so good girl things. Like, this is one of those hyped pieces of media. Because I swear I barely hear anybody ever say anything bad about Watchmen. So I'm in the minority here, folks. Verbinski was replaced with 28 weeks later director Juan Carlos Fresnadillo for a short time, but in 2012 we learned that Fresnadillo dropped as well. Since then, the Bioshock film has been dead in the water. And you can find the rest of the concept art over on Jim Martin's
I
website.
flipped through it while you were reading the article there.
So, yeah. I'm going to say, picking up 28 weeks later guy might not be a good decision either. Because I think 28 days later was fine. 28 weeks later didn't go, and it was not good. As far as I know. Granted, never saw either movie, so I can't speak for that. But, yeah, that I will say, that's a large difference in budget.
Yeah.
And rating.
And Bioshock's an M-rated game. I kind of could understand the R-rated film before the PG-13 tag.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I'm thinking, I don't think you can pull off a Bioshock film with a PG-13 rating. Not effectively, because...
And not staying true to the story and everything.
Yeah, because there's a lot of perceived drug abuse in the game, if you can see how it kind of does things. So I think one of the major themes of the game is kind of that look of a drug being used way too much. Like I said, drug abuse.
Yeah.
And seeing how it can have horrible effects. It just takes that idea on a much larger scale. That's what the I can't think of the name of it. That's the name of the I want to say drug, but it's not a drug per se. What's the name of it in Bioshock? Because all I'm thinking is the Infinite one, and I know that's not it.
I don't know. I didn't really play all that far in Bioshock.
I think it's Eva, but I don't think that's it. No, it's not Vigors because it's Infinite. And I will say, you can't do an Infinite. I'm just gonna say outright for people who want an Infinite movie. Unless that thing's R-rated, no, they ain't gonna. It's not gonna stay true because there is no way you can have the casual racism that is in Bioshock Infinite without an R rating. Because it's a part of that time period where people were casually racist to everybody that wasn't white. That's what the time period was. So yeah, you have that. You have the blood, the gore. Yeah, I don't think you can pull that one off.
Probably not.
Yeah. Went through the art and concept art myself. This looks really good.
Yeah.
That I love that shot with the splicer and the carriage. That is a beautiful shot. That and what I think might be like a little sister or a splicer kind of hiding around the corner. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
That's a nice touch. Because Bioshock is it's a bit of a horror game in and of itself, from what I understand. Let's get pictures of this. This looks just really good. Something that looks less like a hand drawn concept art, more like 3D animated concept art. Which I would think a lot of this movie would have to be green screened. Because it all takes place in a city underwater, and well, unless you want to film everything in an aquarium, it's gonna be a bit difficult to pull that off. It looks really good. Props to Jim Martin. Even though this project went nowhere.
Yeah.
He still produced some great concept art. It looks gorgeous. But another video game movie bites the dust. Anything else to say on that before we move on?
Nope.
Alright, moving on to a bit of sad news. Back I don't know how long it was ago. It was like months ago. We talked about how Disney shut down LucasArts when they acquired the Star Wars video game rights. And just this past week, Star Wars 1313 has been dropped. Completely.
Like a rock.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty much been known Star Wars 1313 was pretty much just about 6 feet in the ground. But the final nail has been put in the coffin. Disney has abandoned the 1313 trademark. The United States Patent and Trademark Office states that the trademark has been abandoned since December 23rd, citing that it was abandoned because no statement of use or extension request timely filled after notice of allowance was issued, and in several cases, however, Disney can revive the trademark at any time they wish.
So it may come back, but it probably will not.
Yeah. If they have the opportunity to revive this trademark at any point, then yeah, they dropped it completely. Which is sad because this was like one of the better things to come out of E3 last year. Like seriously, it looked like a cool Star Wars game. And it even got a little bit of a tie-in with the Star Wars Clone Wars series. Because in one of the episodes, one of the characters kind of goes through the similar kind of going down through the levels of Coruscant and passes, and I think goes to level 1313 for a little bit in the episode.
Hmm.
So there's got kind of little nudge nudge wink wink cameo, or not cameo, nudge nudge wink wink reference to the game, which was cool. And well, we're never gonna see anything of that game, which it looked cool.
Sucks.
It looked like they were gonna do kind of do a little bit of Uncharted with the Star Wars universe, and that would have been cool. Especially since it would give a chance and give us a Star Wars game where we're not playing as a Jedi, because that seems to be a lot of games from Star Wars. Saying, a lot of games that you play as a Jedi. Not a whole lot of Star Wars games that you focus on everyone else in the world, or in this case, universe. So yeah, sad to see 1313 bite the dust, but. Maybe we'll get to live on it, and maybe someone will pick it up one day. And my hopes for that are just as hopeful. Like we'll get the that Battlefield 3, or not Battlefield 3, Battlefront 3, that we know is floating around there. Oh well. Shall we move on to Microsoft fucks up one more time?
We shall.
I can't believe I have to actually say this. Microsoft paying YouTubers for positive Xbox One coverage.
Yeah. 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 What the hell, Microsoft?
Microsoft recently launched a promotion that offered Machinima Video Partners payment for publishing videos featuring the Xbox One. Reported by Ars Technica, participants were required to post a video that included a minimum of 30 seconds of footage from an Xbox One game, mention the Xbox One name, and tag XB1M13 to be eligible for payment. According to a leaked copy of the full legal agreement, video creators were not permitted to say anything negative or disparaging about Machinima, Xbox One, or any of its games. Participants were also prohibited from mentioning the promotional agreement to be eligible for payment. Totally doesn't sound like a bribe. It's like, okay, you can it's like, hey, we'll give you money for promoting the Xbox One. Except you can't say anything negative, nor can you say that you're actually taking a payment, actually doing this for the promotion. Payment was limited to the first 1.25 million video views in the promotion, which reportedly concluded on January 16th. A Microsoft representative was not immediately able to comment. And usual end of the article statistics about the Xbox One. Okay. Microsoft. Stop it. Stop it. What are you doing? Can you dig a hole any deeper? Can you just... Are you on a mission to find every single fucking way to screw up?
Pretty much.
I mean, granted, you're trying to go back and fix it, but you still fuck up. Why are you doing this? Did no one look at this promotion for 5 seconds and go, wait, this sounds like we're bribing people to help promote the console? No one. No one, not even your legal department, couldn't look at this and go, this sounds like a bribe. You should probably not do this. Or at least reword it to make it to where those who are doing the videos can actually say they're actually being paid to do this. So it doesn't totally barely look like a bribe, but still look like one. Actually, no, the only way they could have made up for this is they not did this to begin with, because it still sounds like a bribe.
It's because it is a bribe.
What's bad is the next article is the exact goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Except I get to bitch at somebody else for doing this.
Exact same thing.
What? This makes me angry, not only because, what the fuck are you bribing people for? Seriously? You're that desperate to get people to buy your console that you're bribing people?
Pretty much. Of course, this also kind of gets back to Microsoft thinking that the Steam machines aren't going to be any competition. Yeah.
But
Microsoft is full of idiots. Either that, or there's only one person that works there that has the brain, and he's on vacation.
apparently.
I've not figured out which one yet. But if it's the second one, I really hope that guy gets back off of vacation, because they're going to run it into the ground.
Shall we move on to the second one?
Yeah, we might as well talk about EA and their stupidity. I mean,
Lo and behold, same shit, different company. EA paying YouTubers to promote games. Apparently, Microsoft is the only one paying YouTube for positive videos of games, according to a new report on Ars Technica. Coming back to those games once again. Citing a NeoGAF thread showing EA's Runku program, the company has been paying a generous 10 to 15 CPM cost per 1,000 views for videos that tie into marketing buzzwords and specific game features for its various games. The Runku site, listed as runku.ea.com, describes the program as an exclusive program powered by EA devoted to connecting the top YouTube gamers directly with the people that make the games they love to play. In a statement to The Verge, EA acknowledged the existence of the Roku program and did not deny that it paid YouTubers to give paid testimonies. But it also said that the participants adhere to the FTC guidelines concerning disclosures related to paid endorsements. But as Ars points out in the report, while some YouTubers have been tied to the Roku program and have disclosed that they are part of an EA promotion, not all paid testimony videos carry the disclaimer. No doubt EA would put the lack of disclosure on the content creators. At least EA didn't ask content creators to keep their relationship hush-hush.
Had to get that diss in at Microsoft.
While EA still fucked up, at least they fucked up less. But again, why? What is the point? Why are you paying people to get praise on the internet?
Not paying, bribing.
Do these companies not realize that they get this shit for free before they start paying people?
Well, I mean, why not waste money?
Granted, sometimes it's not the best of coverage. But they get this shit for free. Free. They don't have to pay a damn thing. The only thing they're doing is guaranteeing it's positive.
Yeah.
Which by doing so, they're getting negative. So it is in fact 100% completely pointless. Pointless. It's like trying to get good feedback so your games do well, and then coming back around to having bad publicity because people find out that you paid to get that good feedback, get publicity.
Pretty much, yeah.
Why?
Because EA be stupid.
I know EA is up to be the worst company in the US for the third year in a row. They're well on their way to doing that.
I don't know. Microsoft's doing a real good number.
I think there are far worse companies in other industries besides the video games that have done far worse things than these companies have. But still, why? Why? I don't get this. I don't get this at all.
That's what you call being stupid right there.
I mean, it's bad enough that I have to say that companies are actually paying for good publicity and trying to get YouTubers to take bribes, which will state on here. We at the Game Saloon have never received a single dollar from any game company to say anything good, bad, or anywhere in between for anything they've ever done.
Not a thing.
In fact, we haven't received a damn dollar for anything we've ever done.
Period.
So we're completely unbiased here, outside of our own personal views on things. But I wouldn't take a bribe. Why? Because what's the fucking point? Not only will I damage my reputation for doing so, because, well, as you see, people found out about this shit, and I'm sure those people's reputations took a bit of a hit.
Yeah.
But the company's gonna take a hit in their reputation because of it. So why would I put my reputation on the line for $10 per 1,000 views? At best, $15 per 1,000 views? You know, unless I'm one of the bigger upper YouTube folks, it ain't gonna get me shit.
No, not really.
Like, at all. Whatsoever. And if I am one of those upper YouTubers, I'm probably getting paid. I'm probably getting more than $10 to $15 per 1,000 views off YouTube's partnership program or whatever partnership program I have.
True.
Oh god. Stupidity. It knows no bounds. No bounds. Alright. Shall we move on to something good?
I guess so.
Alright. We have our first actual trailer for the Last of Us single-player DLC Left Behind. Now, another thing to note, this is the only single-player DLC that Last of Us will have. I caught somewhere, don't remember where, but I caught somewhere that this is going to be the only single-player DLC for Last of Us. There isn't going to be any other single-player DLC. Any other DLC will be multiplayer. As we reported before, this will be essentially focusing on the story from, kind of on the story from the comic book series for Last of Us, which focused on Ellie before the events of the game, and I believe also show how she got infected. So, shall we get the trailer up and running?
I guess so. I got the first one ready.
I think the second one's just an interview.
Okay. I had them both ready just in case, but...
Yeah. So we can just skip over that one. So, starting up the trailer in 3, 2, 1, go. And there's no way to modify the volume. Fantastic.
You know, after reading American Dreams and sort of having my idea of who Riley was, when Yanni came in, I was like, guys, send everybody home because she's obviously Riley.
The hell?
You.
I thought I was bitten.
I know.
Hang on, pause for
It was kind of
a second.
awesome.
Let me check the other one.
Okay.
Is this the trailer? Yeah, the other one's the trailer.
Wow.
I guessed wrong. Let's swap over to the other video then. Oops.
Now that we've had our epic fail, take two.
Yeah.
You want to pull up the YouTube one first? Pull it up in YouTube. That way we can manage the volume.
Yeah.
Since that'd be loud.
Yeah. I've also found the most broken video player recently.
Which one?
It's one that I've been watching Buffy on. Sometimes it will play for about 20 minutes and then stops. Like it's played the entire video.
Huh.
And if you try to continue watching from that point, it will play for about 5 minutes, then do the exact same thing.
Odd.
Yet, the entire video is loaded in fine. It is the most broken piece of shit video player I've ever seen. Which shouldn't be surprising when I'm trying to watch. Alright. Trying this again. We're ready.
Alright.
Starting up the trailer in 3, 2, 1, go. God, I forgot how gorgeous Last of Us cinematics looked.
What the hell? I thought I was bitten.
I know. It was kind of awesome. You're not gonna kill me, are you?
I haven't seen you, and I don't even know how long.
45 days? Well, 46, technically. Wanna know what I've been up to?
All this time, I thought you were dead.
Yeah. Here. Look.
No way.
Still no roommate? I had to sleep under Liz for 3 years, and you know how bad that girl smelled.
You're a firefly.
You still have it up. What? What are you doing?
I'm making sure I don't get caught with a firefly in my room.
Relax. There are no soldiers on the entire floor.
Here, congrats.
Hey. Are we cool?
Are we cool?
I disappeared and you're mad. And I owe you an explanation. Let's get out of here and I'll tell you all about it.
It's almost morning, and I have military drills. You know, where we learn how to kill fireflies.
Put some pants on and let's go.
I'm so dumb.
Come on. When have we ever gotten into trouble?
Oh, that's the trailer in the entire opening cinematic. as it says in the YouTube video. So, what do you think?
It looked like it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, The Last of Us is a good game.
Yeah.
And considering that, well, we're already working off pre-established material, we're just putting it into video game form because, as the quick bit of the interview that we talked about, that we saw, this is being kind of adapted from American Dream, which was the comic series and the prequel to The Last of Us. So, yeah. It should be interesting because, but much like the rest of the game, it's a bit dark and not all that happy. Last of Us isn't a happy game at times, especially at the end. And I don't mean that in like a bad way. I mean the mood is it's not a happy game, mood wise. So yeah, it would be cool. I'd pick it up. I've got PlayStation Network cash. Can't say points because it's not points. It's actual cash. I might as well just wait until this releases and pick it up. Spend the rest on whatever. But yeah, that's it'd be pretty cool. Anything else to say?
No.
Alrighty then. We shall close out looking at all our wonderful articles of the week. Both good, bad, and what the fuck.
That pretty much does sum it up there.
We shall move on to releases of the week, which will only be about 4 last time I checked. Even though that's 2 brand new ones on the page I just pulled up from yesterday. So there might be more. Or
not.
I could be wrong. So yeah, we got 4 releases to talk about. One of them will actually be decent, from what I'm seeing. And, well, it's the first one. Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z is coming out on the 28th for PS3, Vita, and 360, although it's already out in Japan, as far as I know. Been seeing some gameplay pop up on my subscriptions. Essentially, take, like, previous Dragon Ball Z fighting games and turn them all into 4v4 matches. And it looks really good. And I believe it's also updated to just about everything Dragon Ball Z has, including that movie where you had Super Saiyan God form. Yeah, yes, there's another Super Saiyan form thingy.
Huh.
There's a lot of Super Saiyan forms, is what I have learned. And somehow, this is one of the least ridiculous ones. Outside of it looking like another form Goku has. Because it's just red. So yeah, we got that. We have Sulfur? That is a Norse word that I don't know how to pronounce.
I don't know either.
FJORD. Coming out on the 28th on something. It doesn't say what. And it still doesn't say what, so I have no clue what this game's coming out on. Next up on the 28th as well, we have Tomb Raider Definitive Version. Not saying what it's on, but that's the next-gen version of the Tomb Raider games. That's the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 one. That was debuted at VGX for whatever reason. So, yay, you can get Tomb Raider on your next-gen consoles. Whoa. Might as well just pick it up on the current consoles, and PC will probably be cheaper.
Probably.
And finally, on the 29th, we have Ricoli Liberator coming out in the arcade. No clue what that is. That's a thing that's coming out. Apparently, it's only called Recall on the actual video game page for game trailers. So yeah, that's a thing. All right, that covers our releases.
Yep.
That will move us into Quickdraws, and I get to talk about a show I watched like 2 seasons of really quickly. Nah, I'm going to talk about it really quickly. It's just I completed 2 seasons of the show in very quick succession because it is that good. It is the latest Digimon show. Now, granted, we are just now getting the show in the US under the name Fusion. In Japan, it was called Cross Wars. And why am I picking up the... Stop it. Thank you. And it's got 2 seasons. It was really cool, really fun. Essentially, the story is you have a kid named Taiki and his friends Akari and Zinjiro get pulled into the digital world, and they meet Shoutmon and his friends, and Shoutmon wants to become king of the digital world and overthrow the evil Badra army, who is pretty much just being evil. It's the best way I can describe it without going too far into the show. And they receive the Crossloader, which is the little digivice of the show, which allows Taiki to I want to use the American word. I want to use the Japanese word because it sounds better. Digicross 2 Digimon to form another one that's a combination of the 2. In this case, he just fuses together Shoutmon with his partners to get Shoutmon Cross. Insert number here for how many ever Digimon are involved. Approximately. Because Shoutmon Cross 4 actually contains 5 different Digimon. Not counting the duplicates of Pikmons.
Huh.
And that is the basis of the show. Now, granted, it may seem a bit standard, but it goes kind of far from there, and plays with the idea of, you know, the kids who will receive these digivices may not be receiving them for the best of reasons, as I believe previous shows have shown most of the characters in those shows receiving their digivices, and they're receiving them from good people. Well, that's not the case in Cross Wars. Most of the people who receive their digivices in the show receive it from the evil guys. A little bit of a spoiler there. Taiki's the only one who receives his from a good guy. Like, seriously.
Huh.
He's the only one. Yeah, you got 2 seasons of that. The first delving into Taiki interacting with, getting introduced to the digital world, his fight to overthrow the Bagra army, along with the rest of Crossheart, which is the name of his army, because we have armies in the show, because kind of part of the gimmick. And also him interacting with Nene, who leads Team Twilight, and Kiriha, who leads Team Blue Flare. And that's their adventures from Season 1. Season 2 sees them all team up against the Bagra army for reasons I won't get into, because it's better for you to enjoy the show without knowing too much. And also we get Shoutmon Cross 7, which is Shoutmon's kind of final form, which I also like to call clusterfuck form. Why do I call it clusterfuck form? Well, let me pull up a picture, just so you can see clusterfuck form. If you think Power Ranger Megazords can get clusterfuckery, you haven't seen anything yet. Alright, I'm gonna pull this up where there's gonna be no spoilers around it. You can show this off to the stream, just to show off this thing.
What the hell?
Now, granted, this is a Digi cross of 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 Digimon. Because it's a Digicross of Shoutmon, Metal Greymon, Ballistamon, Dorillumon, Starmon, and Sparrowmon. It's actually a Digicross of 6, even though it's Cross 7. Like I said, well, technically it's 7, but it's Metal Greymon is a combination of 2 already, so it technically is 7.
That is some clusterfuckery.
I know. Here's the thing: 7 and 5. Honestly, 7 is really clusterfuck. But if you look at like 5 back, it's fine. Like even the side forms, like 4 Knight, 4B, 4S, and 5B, they look fine. This is the clusterfuck. And also, for whatever reason, they skip Cross 6 in the show. Or not, Cross 6. It only exists in the manga.
Huh.
And I don't think it looked that bad.
You don't think it was that big of a clusterfuckery?
I had not really. I'll have to relook at an image for it. Granted, the image on the Digimon wiki is terrible. I have to look it up through other means to actually see what the hell it's supposed to look like. Manga's a terrible picture because it's hard to tell what the hell it is. Anyone have a decent picture of it at all? Doesn't look like it. So yeah, we skip entirely past Cross 6 for whatever reason. But yeah, Cross Wars is fantastic. I cannot speak to Fusion. I think I've only watched like 2 episodes of it, and then I went off to watch Cross Wars and watched all of it. So that might speak to something. I think Fusion's keeping accurate to the show, but there's some things I think they might be cutting out, like the fact that Nene's brother, who you get introduced to mostly in the 2nd season, he's cruel. Like, he believes the entire digital world is a game, and he about kills his sister. Flat out. Kill.
Huh.
Just because he believes it's a game. While she's pleading to him and telling him it's not a game, that he's going to actually kill her. Yeah. That's a thing. That happens in the show.
I'm sure it don't happen in the American crossover.
It's gonna be a long time before they get there because they gotta go through the entire first season first.
Like I said, though, I doubt that's gonna be there in the crossover.
Yeah. Yeah, they're already saying that, like, Shoutmon, like, I say cross 2, and that's how they say it in the Japanese version. For whatever reason, they say times 2. Which
Wow.
sometimes doesn't make sense. Like, times 4, like I said, is technically made up of 5 Digimon, not 4. Technically speaking. And times 5 is made up of 6. Just putting that out there.
So really, you do have a 6, kind of.
Yeah, technically speaking. But yeah, it's a great little show. I haven't watched the Digimon series in quite some time. Like, Data Squad was the last one I saw something for, and I didn't even watch all of that. But this was great, and I can't wait to move on to season 3, which is Digimon Hunters, which has the leaders from all the previous shows showing back up to help the heroes from Cross Wars, and like a battle against all of the big bads that show up.
Huh.
And that's kind of awesome. Like, seriously, they have an episode where all the old team leaders come back, pretty much go straight to their big Digimon form, have their partners go straight to their big Digimon forms, and just have an all-out battle. It is awesome. For that little crossover fanboy in me. So yeah, that is essentially my quick draw of the week. Tommy, what is yours?
Mine is a shout out to the thing that I am fighting with
back,
on
guys.
my computer.
Just in time!
Yeah,
Wait,
pretty much.
really?
Yes.
What are we? Oh, okay.
But yeah, mine is a shout out to the thing I am fighting with on my computer at the time. The SteamOS beta now lets you dual boot your Steam machine. Now, I'm going to kind of go into the whole dual boot thing a little bit there, because I have gotten through that part of it. Technically, it is dual bootable. Technically.
Yeah.
Practically, no. It is not.
Yeah, you described this to me, and I'm like, this seems like way too much work.
Essentially, to get it to dual boot on a regular computer right now. Now, I mean, it's going to change with the Steam machines because it's already going to be installed to begin with. But if you're trying to run the beta with your own computer, essentially what is going to happen is you're going to have to format whatever drive you're installing it on, partition it into 2 drives, put SteamOS on one, and put whatever you want on the other. So, technically, yes, it is dual bootable. Practically, no, it is not. Also, I've been having issues trying to get it to actually run like it's supposed to. It could be that I tried to jump into it head first, and now that I'm actually looking a little more at it, I'm realizing that I'm kind of not supposed to be jumping just head first into it. But yeah, if there is a way to make it dual bootable through Windows, I've yet to find out. But yeah. It looks like this will be a good step for SteamOS because of the simple fact of you will be able to have SteamOS and Windows side by side, which will work for most of the Steam machines. I say most because I'd venture to say if Alienware can do it, all of them can do it. Hopefully this thing gets out of beta and it keeps going like they're wanting it to quick. But I will tell you right now, if you're looking at SteamOS as an alternative for an operating system, don't. It's too far from complete to even think of that. If you're even thinking, I'll get all the features that Valve was saying SteamOS will have right now. No, not right now. This is more for if you want to tinker with it. But I agree with what I've seen. Don't put it on your main computer. Have you something that you can throw it on, but don't put it on your main. That looks like that about covers that article there. So, I guess that will take care of mine. Glock, off to you.
Alright, mine is a little bit interesting. Oh crap. Hang on.
What should I hang on to?
Next. I forgot that my browser had crashed earlier, so I need to get back on the forums. Hang on.
No. You missed the bribery that we got to cover.
Bribery?
Yes.
Both Microsoft and EA were trying to bribe YouTubers for positive press.
Great.
Which I described as
Great.
pointless. Because, you know, most people do that shit free. Without having to be paid by those companies. You know? Unlike what we do.
Alright. Now, to my quick draw. This is something directly out of a movie, but actually real. Have either of you guys seen the movie Goodfellas? The movie about the crime family?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Neither of you have seen Goodfellas? Okay.
Nope.
Well, do you guys know what The Godfather is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what the mobs are.
Yeah. Welcome. Yeah, it's okay. Not too long ago, a man was arrested along with most of his associates, also known as his crime family. Guy's name was Vincent Asaro. He is 78 years old, and he has evidence against him of the 1978 robbery in the JFK International Airport. Now, this robbery was significant because of the fact that when they did it, this was the largest robbery ever pulled off at that time. $5 million in cash and about $1 million in jewels. That was a lot of money then. And they got away with it for 36 years. Now, I would understand, finding... I'll explain this. I would understand finding a way to pin them against something and have some kind of punishment. But he is basically the Don of the Bonanos, the big crime family in New York. How exactly do they expect to keep him in jail for very long?
Well, just to
Again,
cite a historical
head
example.
of a crime family.
I was going to say, just to cite a historical example, Al Capone was untouchable until he was charged with tax fraud. That's what put him away.
True.
Tax fraud. None of the other illegal things he did. Tax tax fraud is what got him. So they could just as easily charge him with something else and just rack up the sentence. Theoretically.
Okay, fair enough. But it's just, it seems that I don't know. Something I can't see it. I just can't see it happening for long. I can see him being put in there for a little while, but he's not gonna be there for very long.
Question, Clark, how does this come back around to the thing that's linked in the show notes?
He added to it and failed to say anything. Yeah.
No wonder I'm confused.
Sorry. Yeesh.
I was confused for a second. I'm like,
methinks we need to have a new rule about Quickdraws. Oh.
No rules.
Yeah, because you didn't even say that you updated anything. I was sitting there with the other thing that you had posted there, and when you started talking about it, I was thinking, okay, this has absolutely nothing to do with it. Did he add something?
I was confused because
I apologize.
Does this work somehow into the other one in some weird roundabout way?
No, not at all.
I was working off the reply link. Just saying. Okay then. You going to cover the other one now? It's already there.
What do you mean the other one? I only put one. I only put one in. What are you talking about?
The one that's in the reply from yesterday.
Oh crap! I forgot about that one.
Did you not?
Okay.
Dumbass.
I apologize. Now, the second one that I found kind of interesting.
Oops,
hey
I
guys,
did it again. Damn
remember
it.
how y'all were talking about how Valve was making stupid ideas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pay attention to the emphasis. Prepare for another pair games. The Left 4 Dead creators are releasing a new game this fall named Evolve. This game is going to be a survival. I'm guessing it's going to be a survival horror game. It seems kind of interesting to think about. I mean, honestly, I'm just kind of looking for more info about it. It's not really much there.
I'll tell you right now, we'll see something come E3.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling we will see something kind of...
Yeah, most likely.
I have a feeling we'll see something kind of major, especially if what I figure might happen and Valve might wind up with a press conference. Because, yeah. According to what it's saying so far, Xbox One, PS4, and PC. So...
From what I'm reading, it sounds a whole lot like what Capcom did with Resident Evil's Horde mode and the single player, I believe, where you could step into the shoes of one of the special zombies in the game. It's not to the same degree that this game's doing, but it sounds kind of in the general ballpark. But this whole 4v1, the 4 being just basic soldiers, and the 1 being an overpowered super monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it, I'm just kind of like, oh god. Here come the second, or here come another 2 games.
Yeah, but
It's just...
I don't know. The way they're describing this, it's looking like it's going to be mostly multiplayer.
Granted, that's what Left
Yeah.
4 Dead was, but
Yeah.
Yes and no, really.
yeah, it could still work. I mean, Payday is primarily a multiplayer game because you don't play that thing single player because it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, but
Unless
you
you-
can play it single player, correct?
Yes, but it's a terrible idea.
Agreed. You can also play Left 4 Dead single player. Although at times I would assume it would be a terrible idea.
Not as bad as Payday, because, you know, in Payday you have to steal stuff. The AI doesn't pick up the bags. You have to move all the bags by yourself. All of them. However much it is, no matter what difficulty it is.
I don't know. The way that it's looking, this game doesn't really strike me as possibly having a second one. But there again, it's still way early.
Yeah,
This could be just all they've released so far.
Yeah, I've caught wind of this game when I was looking through articles, but I think what you just said is pretty much all I know. Is all that there is. I mean, we got a box art, a logo, and we got your 4v1 hunter mode, essentially.
I think the only thing that we know will happen with this game is that it will never turn into a Left 4 Dead 3.
No. What it will do is have a Predator mod. Because there is no way someone can't look at this game and go, I can totally mod this game into looking like Predator.
Either that or I could see someone having a Left 4 Dead mod. 4v1,
Yeah.
4 survivors, 1 tank. So could
Yeah.
see that.
Do that with Aliens as well. Go even further, do it with fucking Silent Hill. Why not? Have like 4 of the protagonists and like Pyramid Head be the big overpowered boss. It's
Hell.
why not?
Hell, let's face it. Left 4 Dead 2's got a whole Silent Hill mod area where it's like levels back to back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that way back when. Also saw a Mario mod in Left 4 Dead, which was weird. Yeah, Mario mod for Left 4 Dead. That just sounds weird when I say it.
You know, you really got to get Left 4 Dead 2 for the PC.
I know.
We could have so much fun.
I know, it's on my wish list. I need to just like break down and buy it. The Secret World went down to like $10 and I didn't pick it up because I'm being scroungy with my money recently.
You know, I wish I had realized it back around Christmas because Valve was giving Left 4 Dead 2 away then. When I found out about it, it was after. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. When I heard about it, it was too late, and it was like, God damn.
Yeah. How much is it on right now?
It can't be much.
I know it's not.
It really cannot be much.
Yeah, it's on my wish list.
Did I just seriously? Yes, I did.
$20.
That's not bad because you get all the DLC with it.
Yeah.
Plus, you've got all the mod communities.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I know there's a. You can go to a stadium level and face off against a tank that was a football player. You can also pick up for $100 the Valve Complete Pack, which looks to be just about everything Valve has ever made.
For $100?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Let's see: Counter-Strike, Team Fortress Classic, Day of Defeat, Deathmatch Classic, Half-Life, Opposing Forces, Ricochet, Half-Life, Counter-Strike, Condition Zero, Half-Life Blue Shift, Half-Life 2, Counter-Strike Source, Half-Life Source, Day of Defeat Source, Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, Half-Life 2 Lost Coast, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Half-Life Deathmatch Source, Left 4 Dead, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Team Fortress 2, Portal, Left 4 Dead 2, Portal 2, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Yes, it is everything they've ever made. Unless there's something obscure that I don't know, and that's not listed.
God, that would be so worth it. That
Yeah,
really would.
So for $100, you get to own everything Steam has ever made.
I mean, especially seeing as how Left 4 Dead 2 is the only thing out of that list that I've bought.
Yeah, and like half of that are some of the better games of our generation. Some, because I have no clue what Day of Defeat is.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh wait, nope, it's missing one thing. Gary's mod. Not in there. So it's not a complete pack. You lie, Valve!
True. Didn't think about that one.
Leave it to me to be like, it is missing one thing. Gary's mod. Like, how many people give a shit about Gary's mod? Seriously. Who? Who, I say?
I think it's in my Steam library, but I've not touched it.
Yeah. Alright. That will close out the show then, if there's nothing else to be said.
Nope, not really.
No? Well,
Don't you...
actually, there is a little something to say.
I was about to point to the thing that I'd see on Twitter all day.
Yes. After we go offline with this stream, I'm going to go ahead and launch the new update, which includes a theme that goes along with our TGSR show tomorrow, as well as something for all of the people that use the site. This is going to be a little, I guess you could call it a contest, but it's going to be something to where the viewers can tell us what themes they want to see. And by viewers, I mean literally anyone on the site. Including us three. What's going to happen is this is going to run for a while, and then depending on how many inputs we've got, I will throw up some polls letting people vote on which one they want to see first. All of them will be done over time. It's just, if I get a lot of them, I'm not going to be able to push them out back to back kind of deal. So be on the lookout on Twitter, Facebook, whatever you follow us on, and you'll find out more as it keeps going through.
That it?
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be pushing hard for a Snickerdoodle theme, to say.
God.
I'm gonna be pushing that for that one really hard.
Oh god.
I mean, come on, who doesn't want the website to be decorated in cookies? Seriously, who doesn't want that?
Oh god.
Oh.
You know what? I am so tempted to do that now.
Yeah. Although I just thought of a better way we can implement that. And it's best for us not to say that on stream.
Okay.
Alright. Anything else before we end off?
No.
Not really, no.
Alrighty then. With all the fun we've had, we get to have a little bit more tomorrow because, as Thomas said, when we go off tonight, the theme goes up for pretty much the name of the arc that is tomorrow. and it will be fun because I can't wait to see these two's reactions on it. That will be a fun one because it'll be the let's see, second type of that arc for the both of you. Wait, no, third. Forgot that kid. Third, if you know what I mean. I'm assuming you know what I mean.
I probably do, but I'll probably need like a humongous hint or something. So, yeah. Just feel free to tell me I'm stupid when we get off.
Okay. So, folks, check us out tomorrow for more shenanigans and fun stuff and whatnot. So until then, folks, for Tommy, for Glock, I'm Peace. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
As always, you can find the Gaming Saloon on our site at tgstgsr.dynDNS.org. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias, on Twitter by following us at TG Saloon, on Facebook at facebook.com/thegamingsaloon, and on YouTube at youtube.com/TG Saloon. Also, don't forget about the mobile app. It'll be updated after every TGSR with archives for both TGS and TGSR. Till next time.